All right, hello everybody. We're going to get started here. So, Tansei no Totamak, Kamamak Mackenzie Brandit Sigasan, Amispachu Skahiga no Chinia. So, welcome everybody. My name is Mackenzie Brown. For those of you who do not know me, I am the project manager with Indigenous Tourism Alberta. I'm really excited about this webinar in particular, preparing for the holiday season because we're going to be chatting a little bit about the opportunities during the holiday season. This holiday season, obviously, it looks a little bit different than previous holiday seasons. And I'm excited as well because I just got it's disappeared, my first holiday Starbucks coffee of this season. So I'm feeling like I'm in a very festive mood today. So without further ado, let's get started. So a couple different things as well that I want to point out before we get started is if you move your cursor on your computer, you will see that there's a little bar that pops up and there's a question and answer or a chat function. So if you guys have any questions throughout the webinar, feel free to ask it in the question and answer box, and I will answer them at the end or during the presentation as well, depending on what your question is. So feel free to ask your questions there. This will also be recorded, and so it's going to be up on our YouTube afterwards. So if you type in Indigenous Tourism Alberta, you'll be able to find it along with all of our other webinars. And if you're also interested in viewing all of our other webinars and our resources, you can head to www.indgenoustourisamalberta.ca and click industry. And from there, you can search up the learning and events, the different programs that we have upcoming, and all of these different things. So if you are a member, you've probably received an email from me, and we have some upcoming things that are going to be happening within the new year. So keep an eye out for that. So as you guys all know, I am the presenter today. Seldom does that change. Sometimes we have some awesome guest speakers, but today I will be presenting. So our objectives, what are the objectives of today? So we're going to talk a little bit about what are the opportunities that we're seeing during this holiday season. And we're also going to chat about some tips and tricks for preparing for the holiday season as well. So the opportunities. Right now, obviously, we are in a pandemic and things are looking a little bit different for a lot of people. However, there are opportunities in this. So I put down snowbirds. So snowbirds are those Canadians that are here during the summer and then usually gone during the winter. Right now, with a close of international travel, it means that those snowbirds are here. My grandparents are snowbirds, and I know that they just went to Saskatchewan because they wanted to go and travel and you know, get some good weather. But snowbirds are staying put this winter, and so they're looking for things to do. They're looking for fun places to go, places that will be safe for them to go to, and places that will have fun things for them to do. We're also seeing that people are looking for things to do within Alberta for the holidays. A lot of families will go away for the holidays. They will be staying within Alberta right now. As you may or may not know, we are seeing a spike in COVID cases, so most people will be staying within Alberta. So this is a big opportunity for rural tourism travel, a big opportunity for people to do fun events, fun things with families, with cohorts. And we also see that there's a big spike in supporting local during the holidays. So what it's a great time right now to showcase your local tourism attraction, things that you have, things that you can provide, because people are looking to support local businesses right now, especially during the pandemic. So I bring up this research. This research was just conducted October 27th by Destination Canada. So they are our national marketing organization that markets Canada. And there was some really interesting research that came from this. And I'm excited to highlight it for you because when we look at the sentiment of I feel safe to travel, we actually see that the Atlantic provinces and Alberta have the highest sentiment value. So 75% of Albertans feel like they are safe to travel to communities near them, to communities within their province, about 73%. And then you see it starts to dip to 51 for other provinces and territories. And then obviously the US and then internationally is a lot lower. But this is this really showcases that people right now in Alberta feel safe to travel, especially to communities near them and then communities within the province of Alberta. And you can see this is kind of from September to October. So you do see that we did have an increase in people feeling safe, and then it has decreased. But within communities in their province, it's pretty similar. We're seeing this decrease because of the growing cases that there are. However, there are ways of traveling that will be safe, and it's important that people feel safe enough to travel during this time. And then this is very interesting because you see that there is a higher sentiment for people traveling to rural destinations right now during the holiday season. 77% of Albertans would travel to a community near them or communities within their province that are rural, as opposed to urban. Urban is still pretty high up there, but people are more inclined to travel to rural. And that is most likely because COVID cases are a lot smaller in rural areas. But the opportunity is that majority of our Indigenous tourism experiences are in those rural areas or can be shifted so that they can take place in rural areas. So this is what our research is showing us so far. And then again, we put this in because sure, people might feel safe to travel, but do those people within those provinces feel okay with travelers coming in? And so we actually see that, again, Alberta has the second highest sentiment towards welcoming visitors into their communities. The sentiment is highest for communities near us and then communities within our province as well. So it's a good thing when travelers and the locals agree that it's okay for one another to be in a similar space. That's really important actually when we see tourism as making sure that there is welcoming for those visitors. And I think within Alberta there is a common theme that we all just want to be safe. So sure, you guys can come into our community, let's do it in a safe and fun way, right? To make sure that everybody is remaining safe. And then again, we see rural versus urban. We see our urban centers don't really like as many people coming into the urban centers, but we see that rural communities are really accepting tourism during this time. Okay, I also wanted to highlight this as well. So this research came out October 20th by McKinsey, and it's the COVID-19 tourism spend recovery in numbers. And I wanted to put this out here because these are 5 things that McKinsey has kind of highlighted that will help recover tourism spending in Canada. And you see that number 1, that high impact is the attractiveness of domestic destinations. So making our domestic destinations attractive, pushing domestic travel, supporting substitutions of outbound travel to stay domestic, like as I had mentioned before, those snowbirds. How can we'll get them to stay? How can we get them to go travel now domestically? So this is a huge opportunity. This is something that we're focusing on heavily right now at ITA, is that focus on domestic travel. And we've been working with a couple destination marketing organizations to really highlight what is in your area, how can you explore your backyard, and really amping up the attractiveness of our domestic destinations. And this is also just very interesting. So we also see that domestic tourism is expected to recover 1 to 2 years earlier than outbound travel. I think that's just something that, you know, with people not being able to travel internationally, but you can see that even though levels are looking like they'll take a couple years, domestic is definitely not going to take as long as outbound travel. So again, the opportunities for traveling domestically right now. So this comes into play because right now our domestic audience is Albertans, correct? And I wanted to showcase this to you. So this is pre-COVID. This isn't even during COVID, this is pre-COVID information. We see that 84.7% of our tourism economy is by Albertans traveling within Alberta, which is mind-boggling. Yes, of course, you know, Albertans spend a lot less when they travel than international travelers. That's why we really push international travel, because we like to have more money in our tourism economy. But 84.7% of our tourism economy is sustained by Albertans traveling within Alberta. This is great news for us, especially during COVID, because we know that Albertans will travel. So we can see that Alberta's urban areas pre-COVID, they received the bulk of overnight travel, especially in those big urban hubs. But we do see that there is travel south, there's travel north. And then most people, 44% of Albertans travel because they're visiting friends or relatives. And this will be the same during the holiday, because people will be visiting friends, visiting relatives. That's when we will see a spike in tourism. So I just wanted to bring this up again because there is still a huge demand for Indigenous tourism experiences. 1 in 4 domestic travelers want an Indigenous tourism experience. It's not just international travelers. I think we always focus so much on Germany or on France or UK or the Chinese markets, right? But our domestic travelers, our neighbors, want authentic Indigenous tourism experiences. And with the research that I just showed you all, this is where we see an opportunity for showcasing our Indigenous experiences, especially during the holiday season, when people are traveling, when people are staying within the province, and when people are looking for something fun to do. Okay, so that's my spiel to you guys of why there is such a big opportunity right now for Indigenous tourism experiences throughout the holiday and throughout the winter term right now, because people will be itching to get outside. I don't know if you guys remember when the snow melted at the beginning of COVID, everybody was excited to get outside, and people will start getting cooped up in their houses. They'll be looking for safe and exciting things to do throughout the winter. So we are going to go into some kind of tips and tricks for the holiday season, because we want to make sure that, one, if you are going to be open for the holiday season, perfect, you want to be able to market that. And then 2, we're going to talk about if you're not open during the winter season, what you can do to prepare for the holiday season anyways. All right, so if you are going to be open throughout the holiday season and through the winter season, it is so important to market, and to market digitally. We are probably on the cusp of another shutdown here in Alberta, is what I'm going to say. And so marketing digitally will be really important. We will have some marketing tips as well throughout this, but this is time that if you have marketing budget, start to use it. The sooner you market for the holidays, the better. So start now. People get crazy about Christmas and about the holidays, so start now. And then if you're not going to be open throughout the winter season, you can still market that people can purchase gift cards for you. You know, we see people are wanting to support local. There's a huge change in purchasing experiences over products for Christmas right now. And so if you say, hey, we're not open during the winter season. However, wouldn't it be awesome if you purchased your loved one a a day getaway with us for the summertime, and that's your Christmas present. So there's still a huge opportunity to market even if you're not going to be open, and really pushing people to purchase gift cards. Gift cards are great as well because then you get the money prior to people going to your experience because they purchase it prior. For any information on gift cards, we have a gift card webinar, and it was the last webinar that was done. So you can also find that on our YouTube or at indigenoustourismalberta.ca. Make sure that you're listed with your local DMO. So DMO stands for Destination Marketing Organization. So in Alberta, we have this list, not limited to, just in case I miss anybody, but we have Explore Edmonton, we have Wood Buffalo Tourism, we have Calgary Tourism, we have Lethbridge Tourism, we have Kananaskis Tourism, Canmore Tourism, Lake Louise and Banff Tourism. And then there are a couple others within there that I may have missed. And then even if there's not a destination marketing organization, most places either have a visitor information center or the municipality works on tourism. So make sure that you're listed with your local destination marketing organization. Most of them, some of them are a membership fee, so you have to pay in. This includes like Calgary Tourism. It's a very minimal fee with maximum benefits that come out of it. You'll get the marketing. Lots of times they'll include you in different campaigns, different itineraries. Reach out to Destination Marketing Organization, ask them, hey, are you guys doing winter itineraries for domestic audiences? If so, I want to be listed. Just call up. If you guys need a contact for your local destination marketing organization, please reach out to us. We will help you guys out with that. This is really important because it's good to be on as many social channels as possible. ITA is one of them, Travel Alberta is one of them, and then your local destination marketing organization. It will just help people know that you are open, that you are ready, and that you are accepting people, or that you would love people to purchase gift cards. We're also recommending for people to market your COVID-19 strategy and the safety that you have put into place. Whether or not you are super stickler about safety protocols, we recommend that you have them. It's very important right now. And it's important to market them because that can make or break somebody's booking. If somebody is very worried about COVID and they don't see your COVID-19 strategy, they won't book to come to your experience. So please make sure that you have a safety strategy. Please make sure that you are following provincial health guidelines, and please make sure that you market them. Okay, some other tips on preparing. Online purchase options. We are seeing, I don't have the exact research on it right now, but we are seeing a huge increase in people purchasing online. This has become not even just a nice to have, but a have to have aspect of tourism. You have to have some kind of online purchasing option, whether it's somebody can e-transfer you, they can either book online if you have an online booking system. If this is something that you want to get into your website, you can either check out our gift card webinar, or we have an online booking platform webinar as well on our YouTube or on our website. So it's really important that people can purchase online. We saw a huge spike in it during COVID, and then people realized, oh, this is like very easy, very accessible, and very reasonable for me to do. So people are continuing to purchase online versus going into a brick and mortar store. So even if you're an artisan, making sure that you have some kind of online booking system, or that you can take payments online, payments over the phone. Prepare your online presence. This goes hand in hand with people wanting to shop online, especially for artisans. Get that online shop. There are many platforms that you can get online shops. Shopify is a really great one. Or you can convert your Instagram into more of a shop by Instagram as well. So that's for our artisans. For our tourism entrepreneurs, make sure you have a website, even if it's a Facebook. People need to have an online presence. You can find a webinar that we had done on creating a good online website, and it kind of goes through a lot of things that you should have for your website, the reason why it's important to be online. You know, it helps people realize the legitimacy of your business, think about it, it gives them the control, all of these different things. I go on a big spiel about it. You can find it on our YouTube or our website. And if you were going to be shipping anything during COVID-19, take into consideration shipping and the cost of shipping. Right now, shipping is taking a lot longer. It's taking a long time, especially with the pandemic going on right now, especially with Christmas around the corner. So if somebody wants to purchase something, try to get the shipping out as soon as possible. Most customers want faster shipping. This comes at a cost. This might help boost your customer sentiments, you know, if you can get the shipping to them within a really good amount of time. But just make sure that if you're selling Christmas gifts, and people will want it before Christmas. So take that into account, and you may or may not have to pay more for shipping to make sure that it gets there. So you really just want to highlight that as well. Have enough stock ready. Christmas, we see an increase in spending. So if you are an artisan or if you sell merchandise, make sure that you have enough stock. Make sure, you know, that you don't have too much, but that you have enough. There's a lot of online holiday markets that you can get into. And then some more tips and tricks are some small experiences for cohorts. So for all of our tourism entrepreneurs who are watching right now, if there's any possible way of you to make smaller experiences and limit them to specific cohorts, people will book those. An example that we've seen that went over really well was a specific artisan. She wasn't getting people come to her workshops, so what she decided to do was she said, hey, I'll get tested. You put together a cohort of your three people within your bubble, and I will come to you. And she sold out instantly. People really want to feel safe. They want to be with their cohort. So as much as possible, do that. And then when possible, outside experiences or lots of space. So again, the risk of infection is a lot lower when we're outside, or when we have that space that we can maintain those 6 feet or 2 meters of social distance. So when possible, try to incorporate that. Canadians are hardy. You know, about 3 weeks ago, I was at the Jasper Dark Skies Festival because I drum sing and tell creation stories. And my God, it was like -20. It was howling wind. It was 9 p.m. and we had 30 people show up for our show. I could not believe it. Canadians are very hardy, especially Albertans. If you don't think people will come to your outside experience, you are wrong. They will. People are excited to be outside. People want vitamin D. They want to go and experience their back door. And they feel safe when they're outside as well. So you have to take into consideration, who is your market right now? Your market are Albertans, and what do they like to do? They like to be outside. They like to be safe. They like to have fun. Okay. Now we're at some marketing tips. So I had chatted about the importance of marketing right now. So here are just a couple marketing tips. If you don't have the biggest budget, that's okay. There are so many ways of marketing where you don't need a large budget. For example, check out our webinar on marketing in a cost-efficient way. or cost-effective way. I forget the name of the webinar, but check out that webinar because we have a ton of different things that you could do. So some marketing tips. Festive ads. If you're going to be doing holiday specials, make sure that they're festive looking. People really like festive ads during the holiday season. Start marketing early as of today. If you're going to be marketing your experiences upcoming, start marketing early today. Make sure that you have your Travel Alberta travel information system, your ATIS, all up to date on Travel Alberta. That feeds into our website. Make sure that you're contacting your local destination marketing organizations. Use of hashtags. We actually see that people who use hashtags usually have 81% more engagement on their posts. So for all of you who are like, what is a hashtag? It's that pound sign. And so on social media, you can put hashtag destination indigenous, hashtag support local, hashtag indigenous tourism, hashtag indigenous tourism Alberta, hashtag explore your backyard, any kind of hashtags like that. That means that then people, like for myself, let's say I was thinking, oh, I wonder what kind of indigenous things I could do this winter that I could purchase for some friends. I could look up that hashtag and all the posts that have posted that hashtag will fall underneath that. So use your hashtags right now. Packaging. This is more so for my artisans or people who are selling gifts. Make sure that your packaging is done well. People really like cute packaging. A really great example of this is Pipisto. They are doing meal boxes, and so you can purchase a meal box, and Chef Scott Eiserhoff makes this whole meal. But what they do is when they deliver it, you open it up, it's beautifully packaged, and then there's this lovely card that tells you the importance of the ingredients from the indigenous perspective, all of these different things. So make sure that when you're packaging, you can add a little thank you, a little anything like that. People really like that, and that actually incentivizes them to purchase from you again. Appeal to shoppers' emotions. There are a lot of emotions during Christmas, but you can appeal to those emotions. You might see lots of marketing initiatives during Christmas create a sense of urgency. So you'll see posts that say like, don't forget, last chance, like make sure, like holiday shopping is almost over. It creates that sense of urgency that plays on a shopper's emotions so that they're like, oh my God, yeah, that's right. I have to buy this right now. I'll buy this. This is a great option. You can also play on their emotions in the sense of, we are a local family-owned business. We would love for your support. Or we are an authentic, indigenously owned experience. Any kind of emotions like that. It makes people feel like they are connected to what you are selling. And it's a really, really great thing that people like to be able to support during the holiday season. Partnerships and collaborations. Do what you do best, partner for the rest, right? And so the reason why I put partnerships and collaborations is if there is another tourism business within your community, it would be great to partner and to package something so that then somebody could purchase that. And then you're doubling your marketing initiatives, right? You're not just marketing out an experience, but two businesses are now marketing out an experience. It also is a really great incentive for people to purchase because people are like, wow, oh wow, if I purchase this experience, I get to do this and this. How exciting. Something that we're seeing right now is Many Guns Ranch does horse and wagon rides, and so she's partnering with Buffalo Nations Museum in Banff, and she's going to take the guests on a wagon ride with the horses and then drop them off at the museum, and then people get to go into the museum. And so it's a complete package deal. Both businesses are marketing it right now. So we see those kind of partnerships and collaborations. They're really effective. Another marketing tip is holiday offerings. People love People love a good deal. Actually, there's a really interesting story. I'm just going to tell you guys it right now. But when Walmart first came to Canada, they had Walmart's whole thing is that they sell for less, right? They sell for less. But they found that Canadians still weren't quite purchasing at Walmart because Canadians love a deal. And so when they went back to their marketing team, they did the research and they said, oh, Canadians love a deal. So that's when Walmart created the rollback. So even though the prices are still the same, they'll market it as a rollback, and Canadians are more more likely to buy it because we're like, that's a great deal. So people love holiday offerings. If there's a way that you can say, hey, all of our experiences for the holiday season are 10% off, people love that. So create some kind of holiday offering, or hey, for this experience, when you purchase it, your name gets put into a draw. People love that as well, which brings me to my next marketing tip: hold a contest. The contest can be anything. It doesn't even have to have a prize on it. Let's say you are a outdoor adventure tourism business. You can start a contest of send me your best photos of you enjoying winter with your family. And then you post those. It means that there's a lot more engagement on your social media. And then people will most likely also post their fun photo, tag you. People who follow them will say, oh, who's this person? Go to your social media. And that's how it kind of all works out. So you'll see a lot of kind of like contests during the holiday season. You can get really creative with yours. You can also do draws at this time. You can say, hey, we are going to have a plant walk experience. Purchase a ticket for $10, then your name gets put into a draw to win however many plant walks, right? Then this way people really like that because they're like, oh, $10, like that's fine. But if you get like 20 people at like enter into your contest, that's $200, right? So start thinking about these kind of different marketing tips that you can start to really put into your business during the holiday season. This is also something that I wanted to put up for you guys. So actually, this is recent Canada Post consumer surveys. So they conducted a survey during COVID-19, and they found that 85% of consumers who bought more online from small businesses to support them say that they will continue to support small businesses as much as they can during COVID-19. People want to support us right now. And then 51% of Canadians surveyed that they welcome receiving promotions from small and local businesses. I think people who are in the ad business, they have a hard job because lots of people are like, I hate ads right now. But 51% of people are saying that they will welcome local small business ads. So the time is now to start marketing. The time is now that people want to support local. People want to do fun things during the holidays. Some of our initiatives that we are coming up with right now is we do have our 2020 holiday gift guide that will be launched. So if you are a market or an export ready business and you are a member of ours, you will be featured on this. Don't worry. This is not something that you have to opt into. You just will be on the holiday gift guide. And then also make sure that you have your ATIS up to date. I'm always going to continue to say that so that then you are on ATIS, that you are also on your ITA website. Contact your local destination marketing organization as well. All right. So that is the webinar that I have for you guys today. I wanted to remind everybody that there is a question and answer box. So if you have any questions right now, please feel free to put them into the question and answer box right now, and I will answer them for you. So while I'm waiting for these questions, I'll just point you guys again that if you guys need any of the resources that I mentioned today, you can go to www.indigenoustourismalberta.ca. If you guys need to get a hold of us, we are here for you. This is why you guys have a membership with us. We are here. We are your biggest fans. We are your biggest champions. So you can reach out to us at info@indigenoustourismalberta.ca. You guys probably have my email if you are a member of ours. So I will be emailing you about upcoming workshops, about upcoming webinars that we have. Ooh, and then I have a chat. Thanks, Mackenzie. This was great help for us. Of course, hugs to y'all. Thank you so much, Diane. I really appreciate that. So I'll just keep this open for one more minute for any additional questions. And I wanted to remind everybody as well of just some of the general things that we had chatted about. Market year COVID-19, be safe. People want to support you. Start marketing now. Reach out to your local destination marketing organization, and then also have gift cards. Start marketing to people that they can purchase your experience as a gift for the holiday season. So with that, I bid you all a farewell. I hope you all had a really good day. Have a really good day, and thank you so much for joining our webinar today. Our next webinar is in 2 weeks on Thursday, and it is a webinar for artisans. Actually, it's an artisan 101. So if you know an artisan, send them this way to this webinar. So thank you, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.